everyone, and welcome back to the chakra series. Today we'll do a short class based on the second chakra, right down in the lower belly. The second chakra is called the svadhisthana chakra. Has to do with the low belly, the low back area, and it has to do with creation, with reproduction, the reproductive organs, the center of our creative self, and the color orange. I've got an orange light here in the room giving an orange glow to help calm and balance this chakra. And we're going to start with a relaxing position with our feet up the wall. If you're not near a wall but you have a piece of furniture, that's fine. So we're going to turn around and just put our feet up. It doesn't, if you're near a wall, you could be quite close, but we're not being too bothered as long as your feet are up above the rest of the body. You could even lift your bum up slightly on a cushion or a block if you like. Just getting yourself comfortable. As the feet rest upwards, you can start to feel the feet cool down as the blood drains down, right down here, pooling in that part of the body, the low belly, the reproductive organs. This position is soothing for the low back, the whole back really, but it's really settling a lot of fluid right into the lower back, soothing that part of the body. Bonus is that it is relaxing to the legs. We're helping to reduce any swelling in the feet or legs as we lie in this position. So feet are up. You can close the eyes gently. We want to tune in to the breath. Breathing down as deep as you can into the body and exhaling fully. Letting go of the day's activities. Letting go of everything that happened before this. Just trying to drop into that calmer space as we start to allow the body to relax. Try to bring some spaciousness into the mind. Imagine that little sunroof in the mind, and space for the thoughts, the ideas, the feelings to kind of float up and above the body. Deeply breathing down the spine. Feeling the sensation through the back of the body as you breathe in and you breathe out. Particularly noticing the rise and fall of the belly and the low back. Just softening and letting go. If your eyes are closed, you might bring that lovely orange color into your mind. The color for this chakra is orange, but the element is of water. In the Ayurvedic science, the Indian science of nutrition and well-being, they associate orange as the internal color of water. Interesting. As an art teacher, I know that the color orange is opposite blue on the color wheel. So those colors are considered complementary. They tend to go well, opposing each other. Orange and blue is actually the colors of my hometown. So bringing that sense of orange into your mind, that color, that orange glow. But also thinking about the flowing, gentle movement of water as you're breathing in. Maybe visualizing the waves coming into the beach and then flowing back out, the flowing movement of water. And the soothing sense of the color orange. Just taking a couple more breaths here. You might think a bit about that color orange. It's bright, it's stimulating. Does it stimulate your creativity? One more breath with the feet up. And then we're just going to hug the knees into the chest. So nice and gentle. I'm going to turn sideways here. But just as we do in class oftentimes, kind of wobble the spine, hugging the knees into the chest, nice and comfortably. Again, focusing our awareness on the low back and the low belly, any sensations we can feel there. Taking a few nice deep breaths. Other things that are meant to be soothing to this chakra are fresh water. So anywhere you can see fresh natural bodies of water, ponds, the river, the ocean, waterfall, being immersed or getting into fresh bodies of water are meant to be very soothing and or stimulating to this part of our energetic system. In addition to that is the moonlight. Moonlight, being out, exposed to the light of the moon is meant to be soothing to this chakra. From here, we're going to raise the feet up, and we're going to just slide them forward and back. So keeping the toes flexed down, you can have the hands down beside you, and just swish, swish, swish the legs. Waking up the legs, but pulling the belly gently in. You should feel the low back flattening against the mat. Taking a few nice deep breaths. Sliding your feet on the ceiling. Awakening the low back and the low belly, our creative center. Get some energy flowing right down there. One more breath. We're going to hug the knees into the chest again. A little bit of a wobble. And then we're going to roll up to sitting. So you can bring the feet up again, bring them up overhead and roll up. We can roll a few times. Feels nice along the length of the spine. Any of these kind of flowing movements that we can do. Just kind of the natural back and forth of the body are also calming. We're going to cross our ankles. We're going to come onto our hands and knees for some cow and cat. Always good. Fingertips are spread apart. Hands are below the shoulders, pushing the floor away. Knees are below the hips. Tops of the feet are on the floor. Inhaling, dipping the belly down, looking forward. Noticing that lowest part of your back right now. Breathe nice and deep, and as you exhale, round the back slowly up, tuck the chin, press into the tops of the feet. And just get moving with your breath. Noticing, focusing on that low, low back, low, low belly. Noticing what you notice. Moving gently with your breath. And as I said, to get that flowing, continuing with the body, we're going to just kick the foot out as we look forward now. So looking forward, we're going to kick the right foot out behind us. As we arch the back up, we're going to tuck the knee underneath. So bringing our knee and our forehead towards each other. So we're still lifting up through the shoulders and the upper back. Inhale, kick it straight back behind. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tuck. Feel the tightening of the low belly. Inhale, extend, the opening. 2 more. Last one, extend, extend, extend. Then exhale. We're going to swap sides. Inhaling the left leg up now. Straight behind, looking forward. Exhale, tuck it underneath. Focusing on that low belly. Waking it up. Little squeeze. And then opening. Squeeze. And extend. 1 more. And then open up the knees the width of the mat. Bring the 2 big toes just to touching. Bum towards the heels. Walk the arms forward, resting the forehead down. Keep pushing the weight of your body towards the back of the mat. Resting the forehead down. Breathing as deeply as you can into the belly. Exhaling completely. And pushing your hands towards the body, bring the knees back to center. Coming up into this thunderbolt position. Sitting your bum on the heels, sitting up just as straight as you can. We're going to breathe the arms up and down. I'm going to just turn and face you. So I'm sitting on my heels. If that's uncomfortable, you can put something between your bum and your feet, or between your feet and the floor. We're trying to soften the weight of the body down, settling through the hips. If your knees or your legs are tight, you'll just need to put a little bit of something that'll give you a little bit of lift to make it more comfortable. So we're going to try to sit in this position for a minute or 2. Arms at the side of the body. Roll the shoulders back a few times, wobble them down. Gently pull the belly in, focusing on that low belly, the low back. We're going to inhale the arms up, bring the palms together above your head. Exhale them down. Just adjust that. Inhaling the arms up overhead, palms together. Exhaling the hands down. Two more. Bringing the arms up to shoulder level. We're going to it's going to be a slight twist. So you're not a big twist isn't going to happen because your hips aren't on the floor, but we're just kind of turning to the right, coming forward, turning to the left, coming forward, left, one more, right, and left. We're going to release the feet. We're going to come into our double fire log if we can. So opening up the hips helps to release this chakra. So if you have a block or a cushion, you might need it, you might want it. We're bringing the front of our shin parallel with the edge of our mat. So we don't want to scoot too close. We're not sitting in a normal cross-legged position. You can scoot your bum further away. And then we're trying to bring the other leg on top so that the shins become parallel, stacked above each other. Now some people will have their knee up very high. They won't be able to get their sit bone down. Some options for this are to bring the right foot over to the outside of the left leg and see if you can sit down. Maybe you need to put your cushion or your block there and settle into this. You'll feel a strong pull up the side of the body here and probably into this part. Alternately, maybe you can get the leg on top, but you can't get your sit bone down. See if you can wobble it down. If you've got a gap, see, we don't want the foot dangling over. We want the foot to be lined up right against the edge of the leg. If you've got a gap, then fill the gap. You know, this can be filled up to whatever height you need. I like to try to wobble my sit bones down because that is giving it the proper pull. So stacking the lower legs. If you can kind of keep the feet slightly flexed, they don't have to be real actively flexed. That helps keep everything in alignment. And then just settle in. Settle in. Gently pull that low belly in, pressing down in the sit bones. See if you can just tune in to svadhisthana chakra. This is the base of our unfiltered basic emotions, our most genuine feelings, the source of our creativity, our artistic creativity, our reproductive creativity. For women, obviously it's a very cyclical part of the body. We know the cycle of the reproductive system. So kind of thinking about that flow, the ebb and flow, the ever-changing energetic quality of this part of the body. And then when you think about the power of the moon, the moonlight, the pull of the moon on water, you know, all starts to kind of come together, those ideas. If this area is blocked, not working, functioning properly, we can just feel like things aren't charging, we're not feeling in tune sort of with our sensual side, our sexual side, but also our creative side. You know, and creativity doesn't have to be artwork, you don't have to be a painter or a sculptor. I mean, you're creative in your ways of thinking, your ways of speaking, musicians, cooking, the way we present things in the world. It's all a part of our creativity. And when those areas aren't working, we just feel kind of dull. We just feel a little bit, you know, blasé without that, you know, that extra boost. How are the legs? How are the hips? We're going to swap sides. So if you've got something in between, we're going to just lean back briefly, bring your feet to the floor and just do the windshield wiper. Both knees coming to one side, then the other side. And then we're going to swap the other leg. So I had my left leg forward first. I'm going to bring my right forward now. So it's just parallel with the front edge. Again, you can bring the left foot over to the right side. That might be a strong stretch for you to start with. If you can try to stack them and wobble your hips down, great. If you've got a gap, try to fill the gap. Maybe halfway through, you can see if it'll drop down a little bit more. Focusing on pushing down equally through both of the sit bones, lengthening up through the spine, gently pulling the low belly in. So not sucking in below the ribs, but just kind of gently pulling that low belly in. Awareness on the low belly and the low back. And obviously, probably some parts of the body are screaming to bring your awareness there. But see if you can just kind of direct your attention. You can close the eyes if you like. Breathing right down into the deepest, lowest part of the belly, the lowest part of the back. Get that breath moving with a steady, even flow. All of our hip openers are good for this chakra. But you'll find as we move through the different areas, our intention as we go into the practice and the activation of our breath really helps to bring our awareness to these different areas. The energy that is either moving through them freely or might be a little bit blocked. Softening the breath, settling in. If your eyes are closed, you can imagine that lovely orange light. I have the orange glow here in the room. Or maybe you want to bring to mind the vision of flowing water. Two more deep breaths all the way down and all the way back up. Then we're going to release it the same way, getting rid of any block or cushion, leaning back, feet planted on the floor, dropping to one side, then the other. One side, then the other. Even right now, focusing on that lowest part of the belly. We're going to sit up on our bum now, bringing the feet out open. They don't have to be the widest stance, but bring them open. I've got an extra mat behind me, so I'm sitting on a mat and my heels can still be on the mat. So from this position, we're going to do what I like to call it, we're going to stir the pot. So you want to feel solid in your sit bones. You can briefly think about your base chakra, your Muladhara chakra. Activate the Mula Bandha, if you're familiar with that. Activating the muscles of the pelvic floor, making you feel really solid in your stance. And then we're going to stir the pot. So as if we've got a giant pot in front of us, we're pulling the handle into our body, and then we're bringing it out towards the left foot, out as far as we can in front to the right foot and back. So we're just circling around. Circling around. As you lean forward, attention on that low belly. As you come back, maybe attention on the low back. My shoulders are popping. Again, this is a nice flowing movement. When we're at the chest, this time we're going to reverse. We're going to go out to the right. Stir the pot. Activate the svadhisthana chakra. One more stir, and then return to center. We're going to bring the palms in front and just slightly walk. If, like me, you might just walk to the edge of the mat. Flex those toes up and back, so don't have lazy feet. We want to flex the toes, legs are active. Relax the head, looking down at the hands. Then we're going to bring the left hand underneath for like a mini thread the needle. It's not actually stretching the shoulder at all. We're just sinking down. Looking towards the right foot. Breathing right down into that low belly. Fill up the belly with the breath. Nice big belly breaths. Exhale fully one more time. And then release. So it's not a big fold forward, we're just leaning forward. Now the right hand is going to come underneath. Palm is coming right over by my left calf.
I'm dropping my right ear down. I'm looking to the left, towards the left toes. Breathing in deeply. Exhaling completely. Right down to the belly. Exhale and release, coming back up. We're going to finish by laying on the back, but we want to scoot our bum towards the heels for some moving bridges. So you're laying back, but then we want to have our bum and our heels near enough to each other so that I can touch the back of my heels with my fingertips. Have a look at your knees. You don't want your knees open wide. We want them to remain hip distance apart. If you're unsure about that distance, you can take a block and stick it in between your thighs, and that will keep you from bringing them too close or too far apart. So hands are at the side. Most of you probably know this one from class. The feet are solid on the ground. We're going to inhale the arms up and overhead, fingertips reaching above the head. Exhale, the hands come back down. So remembering our intention is to focus on this low part of the belly and the lowest part of the low back. So that's where we're focusing as we inhale up. Exhale down. We're not worrying about lifting the chest up high or squeezing through the thighs. We're lifting that lowest part of the belly up. That's the highest part of the body here. We're lifting that up. And then we're exhaling, releasing through the low back. So 4 more of these with your own breath, nice and gentle. We're not trying to strengthen anything here. We're just having a gentle flow of movement with the breath. When we're done, release the arms down, bring the knees up towards the chest one more time. You can give it all a little wobble. And we're going to finish with happy baby. So we're going to pull the knees outward towards the sides of the body, but we're going to bring the feet up overhead and either grab the inside of the foot as we're pulling those knees down, or we can hold behind the knee, or you can hold the shin or the ankle, whatever is most comfortable. You can kind of wobble around here, noticing sensation in that lowest part of the back. You know, it is an area of the back where a lot of people feel sensitivity and discomfort. So just thinking about being caring and gentle with that. If you wobble around, you might feel a little massage. If you're holding onto the feet, maybe it feels a little like too much pressure. Maybe you need to reduce it a little bit so it's a little bit gentler. Taking a couple more breaths. Relax through the face, relax through the neck, relax through the shoulders. Breathing down the back of the spine, exhaling right back up. You can release the hold of the foot or the leg, and you can push or roll yourself up to sitting. In this series, I know you're usually used to lying down and having your meditation, but in this series of classes, your meditations are all separate. So hopefully you can easily access
one of the meditations to go forward with. I'll just remind you now that this chakra is associated with the color orange, with the flowing movement of water, and with that goes the flowing type of gentle music, where the base chakra, like sort of rhythmic, drummy type of music. This chakra, this energy is just more gentle flowing. You know, any type of music where you'll see paired dancing, you know, ballroom dancing or something like that. Anything with a gentle flowing movement. And the mantra of Vam. Vam, Vam, Vam. That repetition, that Sanskrit sound, that Sanskrit combination is meant to be soothing on this low part of the belly and back. So, I wish you a beautiful rest of your day. I wish you peace and tranquility in your svadhisthana chakra.